Hello, my name is Anita Peters with Peters Realty Professionals in Loganville, Georgia. Today I would like to showcase some of my hot listings. If you see something of interest, please give me a call at 770-317-0400, or you may visit the website www.petersrealtyprofessionals.com. Thank you and enjoy. This property is located in Winder, Georgia. The address is 1365 Lance Circle. It is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath with a finished bonus room. It's a HUD home, case number 105-411-592. If you're a first-time home buyer seeking FHA financing, you may purchase this home with only $100 down payment. This lovely home is located in Covington, Georgia. The address is 75 Bermuda Run Drive. The case number is 101-919-207. It is also a HUD home, and with $100 down, you may purchase this house with FHA financing. This lovely home is located in Loganville, Georgia. The address is 2235 Azalea Drive. It is a 5-bedroom, 2.5-bath, and is situated on 1 acre. And it is also a HUD home. The case number is 105-200-557. And once again, if you are purchasing this home with FHA financing, your down payment is only $100. Call me for all the details. Do you have horses? Do they need room to roam? This next beautiful property is located at 3280 Hodges Road, Loganville, Georgia. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, all brick ranch. It's located on a very private lot. The owner is motivated and ready to sell. Please bring me your offer. This gorgeous beauty is located in Loganville, Georgia at 2340 Huntington Drive, and it is in a swim community. It is a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath, 2-story with recent exterior repairs. The owner is seeking a quick closing. Please call me to see this beautiful home today. Last but not least, this beautiful property is located in Covington, Georgia at 796 PJ East Road. It is a 6-bedroom, 3-bath on a fully finished basement, and it's situated on 4.77 acres and has a stocked pond. What a beauty.
Hello, it's Friday, November the 15th, and we're so excited to be here in Social Circle today for the Social Circle City Schools Athletic Complex. You'll be able to see it shortly as soon as they toss a little dirt and move out of the way a little bit, but it is the official groundbreaking for this complex, and we're so excited to be here. Mayor Daly's here, Mayor of City of Social Circle, and Mayor Daly, why don't you just give a little city welcome?
Glad everybody's here today, and welcome to the site. A lot of people don't realize it, but this property was purchased 25 years ago and held in the industrial authority for this school and eventually this complex. And it'll be state-of-the-art, $7.5 million. And next fall, when it's complete and they play football here, baseball, softball, and tennis, it'll all be paid for. And we're proud of what the school board has done to achieve this.
Very good. We also have the chairman of the school board, Tim Lemons, and we have superintendent of schools, Dr. Todd McGee here. So they're going to tell you a little bit more about the project and kind of what it's going to look like, and introduce some other folks we have lined up with us.
The project basically is going to have the football field with the track around it. Then we're going to have a baseball field, softball field, field house, a weight room that will be on the back side of the school that's actually going to be wrestling and ROTC, and we will have a indoor batting facility that will double for a place for football to practice in inclement weather. Concessions to both sides, visitors and home. Like Mayor Daly said, this property we've had for a long time. This has been a long time coming for the city of Social Circle. Our sports teams have had to travel to county parks, had to travel from here to Monroe to play tennis. Our track did not even have a facility, so we're glad that we're finally able to have everything in one location for our students, because they definitely deserve it. And we're proud of the community, the way they've supported us on this, and I am very proud that when we finish, there will be no debt on it. But it's the hard work of the Board of Education working as a team to get this accomplished. And I can say that we got a great team, and we work together to get what's best for the community. Dr. McGee?
We're thrilled everyone's here, and along with Mr. Tim Lemons, our board chair, we also have John Callahan, board member, Dan Chisholm, Randy Carithers, all representing our Board of Education. Also, right here to my right is Dr. Keith Everson, our high school principal. We have our assistant superintendent, Sarah Lynn Holbert. Also, we're thrilled to have Mr. Bill Thornton with us. Bill worked for the school system for many years and has retired and is not officially working with us anymore, but as you can see, he helps us out anytime he can. Our project, we're working with RLR is our architect and engineers, and with them today, Mr. Todd Gilbert and Mr. David White, who have designed our complex. Also, our construction management firm that we're working with is Charles Black, and we have Rod Nix, who is our main liaison with Charles Black, and then Joel is our on-site construction manager that's working to make sure we get everything done right. Again, we are thrilled to have all of our athletics in one location. Of course, we have our high school gym for basketball, wrestling, but our outdoor sports will all be right here. I don't think Social Circle's ever had a track, and we're thrilled that our track team's going to have a track to practice on. And of course, Mr. Lemons already mentioned tennis. So we think this is going to be one of the finest complexes in Northeast Georgia, and so we're real excited about it. So thank you for being here. Also, we have our technology director, Mr. Todd Hilton, here with us to help this celebration.
Very good. Well, I know that your Social Circle and middle school share a campus, but this will primarily be for high school?
It will be for all sports will be played on it. Middle school and high school sports will be played on the facility.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And the complex will be built right past the high school, so just to kind of let the viewers know where it's located so you can ride by and see the construction. And I'm sure that Paul will get some shots of it as soon as they toss a little dirt so you can actually see the big pit behind us here. It's something awesome to see. How many acres is it again? 30?
30 acres.
30 acres. So that's awesome. Well, congratulations to y'all. I'm going to move out of the way, and then on the count of 3, we'll have you all pick up a little dirt and toss it, okay?
All right, boys, let's see if we can figure out how to do this. Tell us when.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That was a really cool bird right there.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Have you been getting a lot of paint in today, Kenny?
We have gotten a lot of paint. We haven't been able to get a count yet, but we've had a lot of participation, and as you can see in a minute, we filled up probably about 4 of those bins worth, and I'm not exactly sure how many gallons that is. We are keeping total of that, and we'll report on that. But we have had a lot of participation, and it's been pretty busy here all morning.
Has most of it been latex?
It's probably been a little more latex than anything else, but we've also got a lot of stains in. We've taken spray paint cans that people have brought in for $1 a piece, and it's been more latex, but we have gotten a lot of both, and I'll be happy to walk you over and show you a shot of everything we've taken in so far. But we've had a lot of encouraging remarks about it, and people have been happy that we're doing this, and hopefully if everything works out like we think it will, we're going to continue to try to do this every so often. So we've been real happy with it.
Okay, good. Well, let you get the paint here, and then we'll go over and see where you're putting it.
Okay.
And so you put the latex together and the oil bases and the stains?
Really, I'm just putting all of the gallons together, and they can be mixed up. And then I'm putting the smaller little pints and quarts and spray paint cans in the far bin over here. And then we also have some 5-gallon buckets.
Oh, okay.
We have some more paint that's been brought in that we're going to bring down here that we've already had and add to this. So we feel pretty confident that we're going to fill up several more bins.
Kenny, if I have just a little bit of paint left in a can, what can I do with it?
Oh, what we tell everyone that comes down here is what they can do. They can get either oil dry or kitty litter, and they can put those in the cans, and they can mix it in with the paint and let it sit for a while. And once all the paint's absorbed, you can actually scrape that kitty litter or paint out into newspaper or whatever you may have, and ball it up and put it in your household garbage, and then you can bring the empty cans here to be disposed of, or if they're metal cans, they can be recycled. So that's what we tell everyone that has just a small amount of paint in a can, rather than paying the full 1 gallon amount to bring it here, because we are charged by the bucket, whether it's half full, quarter full. You're going to have to pay the price to get rid of the paint.
Okay, so you say today's been a pretty good success.
Absolutely. We've had a lot of participation, and it's been fun. We've been happy to see it in here, and hopefully it'll keep us from getting some of the paint brought in here that's not supposed to be brought in here, and it gives the citizens an opportunity to get rid of that paint.
Okay, well, thank you, Kenny.
Thank you, Mr. Mullins.
Hello, it is November the 6th, and we're so excited to be in Social Circle this morning for Skyline Pest Solutions for their ribbon cutting and grand opening. They've been here for just a few months now, and so we're glad to be here to cut their ribbon. We do have Mayor Daly here with us, and I'm going to ask him just to give a welcome from Social Circle.
We're glad to have Skyline and Downtown Social Circle. They're an important part of our downtown revitalization. They're now a new member of the Chamber, and you'll enjoy your relationship with the Chamber. They can help you promote your business, and that's what it's all about.
Thank you very much. And Jeremy runs the Social Circle office here. So Jeremy, tell us a little bit about the services that you offer the community here.
Okay. Skyline Pest Solutions is a complete termite pest control and wildlife control company. So pretty much anything as far as nuisance pests we can take care of. Okay. We cover an area, Rockdale County, Newton County, Walton County, Jasper, and Morgan County.
Wow.
We're kind of following the I-20 corridor east out towards Lake Oconee, but we haven't quite made that move yet.
Okay, and when did y'all move your offices to Social Circle?
March 15th of this year.
Very good, very good. It's a beautiful office, so definitely would encourage y'all to stop by and see them, and tell them where you're located.
We're at 125 South Cherokee Road here in downtown Social Circle. Our phone number, if you want to get us that way, is 678-465-9003, and you can get us on the web at skylinepest.com.
Very good. So you're looking for new customers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Well, encourage you to give Skyline a try. Give them a call. They'll come give you a quote, I'm sure.
Yes, all of our inspections are free. So if you're having any questions, Valerie can help you over the phone. We also have, excuse me, we also have a live chat on our website at Skyline Pest. So if you go to the website and you have questions, you can type in those questions and somebody will actually get right back with you within 30 seconds, and you can chat online with somebody right there.
So you will be chatting with?
No.
Not you?
No.
Very good. And do you want to introduce Valerie? I know you just sort of did, but you want to?
Yes, well, my name is Jeremy Shear. I'm the branch manager here, and this is Valerie Parson. If you guys call into the office or have any scheduling, accounts receivable, have questions about your bill, Valerie will be the lady in charge.
Yes. Very good. Well, welcome to the Chamber. We're glad to have you here.
Pleasure to be
in
here.
Walton County. You want to go cut your ribbon now?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Molly Kimla with the Cooperative Extension here in Walton County. I want to welcome you today. Thanksgiving is coming up, and I was so excited because my family's coming, and we're just going to have a big family dinner. My children are coming, my grandchild's coming, we have cousins coming. It's going to be so much fun. And the one thing I don't want to serve is a foodborne illness, food poisoning. I do not want that. I have some statistics here to show you. Every year, 76 million people are infected with a foodborne illness. 325,000 people are hospitalized every year. I was just in a class today and they said, oh, nobody dies from food poisoning. 5,000 a year die from food poisoning. Now, who does it affect? A lot of people. It has affected me at one time. It affects elderly. It affects pregnant women, toddlers, small children, and people with immune deficiency problems. These are the ones it's going to hit first. Mine was from improper food handling, is what mine was from. But today we're going to talk about how we can prevent this from happening during our Thanksgiving meal. We're going to remember: clean, separate, cook, and chill. Remember those 4 words, and we're going to talk about each one of them as we go through this today. Clean. We want to make sure our hands are clean. That is the best out of anything we do, making sure our hands are clean. Bacteria can spread through the kitchen like wildfire, but it can get on cutting boards, it can get on anything. But if we can just remember to wash our hands, doesn't matter any kind of soap, but wash your hands for at least 20 seconds in warm water. That, with 20 seconds, is the part like this where we're washing our hands for 20 seconds. Talking to children, we can do the ABC song, tops and bottoms song, any kind of little song like that for about 20 seconds to make it easier and fun for them. Okay, so we'll make sure our countertops are clean. We can make sure your cutting boards, make sure you run them through the dishwasher if possible. If not, use a Clorox solution or some kind of bleach solution. You can make up your own solution by taking a tablespoon of liquid bleach to a gallon of water. Just remember, it's going to dissipate pretty fast, so you want to use it up. Most of the time people are going to use that for like if they're rinsing their dishes, and they do that in restaurants a lot. They have to. So dish towels. Paper towels are okay to use if you don't mind throwing it into the landfill. My house, I use a lot of cloth towels. Just make sure that they are washed daily. We're going to wash these towels daily. We don't want bacteria grows like wildfire. So we want to make sure that we do get it have clean towels every day. In my house, every night right before we go to bed, I go through the house, or every morning right before I leave for work, I'll pick up all the towels and put them in the basket to make sure they're washed. You know, we have that great little towel hanging on the refrigerator that grandma somebody made or aunt somebody made, that they're really cute. And every time you open the refrigerator, you grab that. Well, guess what you're putting on there? You're putting germs on there, or bacteria. You leave it there for several weeks and you start looking at it and you think, ooh, it's getting kind of grungy looking. It's the bacteria growing. So we want to make sure that we wash these things every day, the things that can be washed every day. Countertops need to be clean. We just really need to think clean. Okay, separate. Cross-contamination is another problem that we have that can cause us to get sick. That's from preparing meats wrong, or preparing vegetables and fruits right after meats. Back to our cutting board again. Okay, if we're going to use a cutting board, make sure again that it's clean. If we're going to use meat and cut up meat on it, raw meat, make sure that you wash it. Make sure you wash it in that hot soapy water. Then put your fruit on it and cut your fruit up. So we want to make sure that we keep this all separated. Now, what about in the refrigerator when we think about storing our food? We want to make sure when you come home from the grocery store, and let's just make believe this is just from the grocery store and it's in this little package, but sometimes we get that little gooey stuff coming out the bottom. Make sure you place all of your meat from the grocery store in the refrigerator in a container. It can be a container like this, a plate, or anything. Put it on the lowest shelf of the refrigerator, and therefore you will not get, the bacteria won't get all over your food by dripping all over it. You want to separate any raw meat from any cooked meat. When you go to the grocery store, always check to make sure that if there's raw meat in the counter, there's not cooked meat next to it, because that can cause cross-contamination also. Again, washing your hands, washing your area, again, clean, okay, but clean and separate. Never place cooked food on a place that had raw food. When we grill out, one thing that I have found out when I'm doing classes, one of our questions is, do you put cooked food on a plate with raw food? And a lot of times I get the answer yes. We want to make sure that if we are grilling out, that we do take our, when we take our raw meat out to the grill, take a clean plate out to put it on. Because there again, that cross-contamination, that raw meat with the cooked meat, we've got to be very careful. So there again, clean and separate whatever we're doing. Cook. That's the next thing, cook. Okay, when we talk about cook, our danger zone is 40 degrees to 140 degrees. The room right here today is probably about 74 degrees, 75 degrees in here. If I left food out for more than 2 hours, bacteria is going to start to grow. So that's why we want to make sure that everything is cooked and use the right temperature. Now, even though those turkeys have those little pop-up deals in them, I still whip out my food thermometer and go to my turkey when it's done, and I stick this in the thickest part of the turkey, which is usually your breast, put this in, and then make sure that it is at least 180 degrees Fahrenheit. These range in cost from a couple of dollars to $40, $50 or even more. But this one is just probably a $3 one. So you can go and get your food thermometer out. And my husband says I'm the world's worst because I'll get that food thermometer out for all kinds of things. All right, let's say when we are checking meat, okay, there's a little dimple in here. You want to get your food that you're testing all the way up to the dimple here. So if we put it in this way, it's not going to give you a true temperature. You're going to put it in sideways into the meat, either hamburgers or whatever. So you can make sure that you get them to the right temperature. The hardest thing I have found is we can go to places that have hamburgers already made, and they might have things in there like onions and cheese or bacon and all kinds of good stuff. Okay, so, but they're about this thick, and they're hard to get them cooked. So you've got to be careful. That's why we want to use a meat thermometer. Your ground meat, you do not want that pink in the middle. Now, steak is a whole different story, but your ground beef, you do want it cooked, and you want your ground beef cooked to at least 160 degrees. Eggs, firm. In a class today, we were making breakfast burritos, and that question was brought up about, can we eat eggs that are runny? You want them thick. You want to make sure that they are cooked before you eat them. No raw eggs. Okay, clean, separate, cook, and chill. Chill. Okay, when you cook something, 2 hours is the limit. 2 hours is as long as you want it to be out. So you need to get it into the refrigerator. If you are making large batches, the other night I made a big batch of soup because I wanted to freeze some for the weekend, so I wouldn't have to spend all my weekend in front of the stove. So I got my big pot out, made a big pot of soup, and then I took it, let it cool just a little bit, and put it in shallow pans in my refrigerator. Stagger around so the air could get around it so it could cool it. As soon as it cooled, I put it in my freezer containers and put it in the freezer. And they're ready for this weekend when I have company. Okay, so 2 hours is what we want to make. Now, wait a minute. What's the temperature of your refrigerator? Don't go look right now. But most people tell me, oh, a 4 or a 5 or a 6. What's the temperature of the refrigerator? Get you a thermometer. This happens to be a little refrigerator thermometer, but you can take this thermometer and put it in and check it. Your refrigerator needs to be between 33 and 40 degrees. Remember, 40 to 140 is your danger zone, so it doesn't need to be any warmer than that, because if it's 42 degrees in your refrigerator, food is going to spoil real quick. So anywhere from 33 to 40 degrees is fine to keep your refrigerator. Okay. When you're defrosting food, you don't want to take it and sit it on the counter. You don't want to take that big turkey and sit it on the counter for 2 or 3 days. You will all be sick. You want to take that Thanksgiving turkey, put it in the refrigerator for about 3 days. In about 3 days, it should be thawed. That is the recommendation we give out, is that we thaw all our food in the refrigerator. We don't, Thanksgiving's coming, Christmas is coming. I want my family to be happy and safe. I don't want to invite a foodborne illness or food poisoning by any means. That's the last thing I want to come to my party. But we do have some information in the office. You can come by. We do have these here for everybody. You can come by and pick up the food safety for families, or the Be Safe Foods for the holidays. We'd love to share this with you. Just come in and ask for the food safety brochures. I enjoyed talking to you today, and let's have a safe holiday this year. And everybody have a great holiday, and if you need us, call us at 770-267-1324. Thanks.
Good morning. Thank you for watching. I'm Dina Huff, Executive Director for the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth. And I'm here today with Bill and Abbott with Athens First Bank and Trust in Monroe.
Good morning.
Good morning. And he is my guest today to let us know about this year's Empty Stocking Fund of Walton County.
Right.
So let's talk about this event this year, and what are the dates? Let's talk about the dates and what's happening this year, Bill.
Sure, Dana. The Empty Stocking Fund is excited again this year to kick off Christmas time and help needy families and needy people in our community here in Walton County. Some important dates to remember: we're going to drop off the barrels for can pickup at each of the schools on November the 18th. We'll keep them at the schools for 3 to 4 weeks before picking them up and then distributing the food to the boxes.
And sometimes this is kind of competitive between the schools to see who can collect the most cans.
I think the schools have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. So it's very important for the parents to know that those barrels are at the schools.
Sure.
So if your child comes home and says, "Mom, I need 6 cans to take to school in the morning," don't panic.
Yeah.
It's for a great cause for other children and families in Walton County, right?
That's right. That's right. Some other good dates. We have open application dates. We're going to have 3 again this year. We'll do Tuesday, November 19th at Social Circle City Hall. We'll do Wednesday, November 20th at the Nowell Gym here in Monroe. And we'll do Thursday, November 21st at the American Legion in Loganville. All those times are going to be 9 to 12. So again, that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, November 19th, 20th, and 21st.
Okay. And the documentation they need to bring to do an application. Do we know what they need to bring?
We'll probably have everything there that they would need.
Okay.
The majority of the information that we're going to need is going to be information that they would know. Obviously, they need some type of identification.
Okay. And they don't need, I know a lot of times if they do an application at FISH, they need to bring so much documentation with them, but we're just allowing them to fill out that information and go from there. Now, I've had people ask me in the past about, do you bring, is it for toys, is it for food? But Empty Stocking is strictly food items.
Food-based,
right?
that's right. Strictly food, non-perishable items.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Secret Santa is for the toys. So
That's right. That's right.
it's
Two
totally
separate entities. That's right.
Okay. All right. Now, let's say if somebody wanted to help out, but they didn't have the time or whatever. If they wanted to make a monetary donation, where would they go?
We sort of set up central location here this year as Athens First Bank in Monroe. We're prepared and handled to take any monetary donation. If any individual out there just wants to bring in some canned foods for the applicants, they can drop those off here as well. We'll have a couple barrels.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Now, what about the day of distribution?
Sure.
Big day.
Yeah, it is a big day. A lot going on that morning. This year it's going to be Saturday, December 21st. We will deliver, as we do all morning. We're hoping to have somewhere between 400 and 500 boxes to deliver that morning. But it's going to be Saturday, December 21st. You know, our main camp and location is the National Guard Armory here downtown Monroe. So if anybody wants to help, come by that morning to deliver some boxes to some needy families. We're always in need of extra volunteers. Typically, we'll start 8:30 and 9, somewhere in that time frame. But anybody's more than welcome to come out and volunteer that morning.
And if you're afraid that you can't find a home or something, you're provided with a map, which is excellent.
We'll give you all the resources to make sure that it's a positive experience.
Great. Anything you'd like to add?
We're thrilled and excited. The schools and the community have always been so generous in their support, and we just appreciate all that and look forward to another great year.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Dina. Appreciate it.
And I really appreciate having guests such as Bill and then Cindy for Secret Santa, because this is a way for Walton County families to give back. It's such a rewarding feeling when you deliver those boxes, if it's to an elderly young lady or a family in need. It is a rewarding experience. So I do encourage you to come out and volunteer on distribution day. And if you have any questions, you can always call me there at the partnership at 770-207-6060. Thank you for watching.
Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of The Health Story. My name is Dee Dee Harris. I'm the Executive Director of Walton Wellness, a nonprofit located here in Walton County dedicated to the prevention of lifestyle-related chronic illness. Every time that I come to you on The Health Story, I like to bring you some type of information that might be useful or helpful in your health journey, or tell you about a resource or something that's going on in the community. And today, because of the time of the year, that often dictates us to talk about germs and hand washing and ways of staying well. And also, we're going to talk just briefly a little bit about the holiday season that is fastly approaching us, and how not only are we going to stay well, but also we want to maintain a good healthy weight, and ways that we can do that. First of all, with staying well, our best defense, as I say every year, and as you hear a million times from everyone, the best defense is washing your hands. There is no other defense that will help you as much for staying well, helping children as well as adults. Simply washing your hands, and be very, very conscious of washing your hands too. Anytime you go out and you're out in the public, just if you're running errands, or if you're going to your children's school or your grandchildren's school, or you're around anyone, then you need to consciously, when you come home, think about washing your hands. It's not just about when your hands get dirty. It's about cleaning off the germs that we pick up outside of our homes, and also the germs that we pick up inside our homes from our other family members or other people who may live with us. So I can't say it enough, and neither can any health professional, especially at this time of year. We're starting to move into the flu season. We've talked about flu vaccine and whether you want to get a flu vaccine or not, but we are starting to move towards the time of year where, unfortunately, we tend to get sick. And that leads us into talking about the holiday season as well. Often on the holiday season, we get together with family and friends. We're going to lots of people's homes. We're going to lots of different parties and that kind of thing. We're getting close to Thanksgiving, and more than likely, many of you will be either traveling somewhere to be with family or friends, or people will be coming to your home, and with them comes their germs as well. And so again, just a reminder about when you are around lots of people, and especially when you're in a closed-in area, because at this time of year, most of the time when we're together, we are eating inside and we are all kind of closed in together. So it is just very important to remember about washing your hands. Now, on the other side of that, we want to stay well and we want to feel good over the holidays and not get sick, but we also want to feel good and not ruin or wreck all the progress that we may have made during the year, or wanting to maintain our weight, or fitness level. If you have a regular exercise routine that you are already doing, oftentimes when it starts creeping up on the holiday season, there are all kinds of things that try to take that away from you because of time. If you have children in school, if you're involved in different organizations or activities, everything starts ramping up around the holidays, and there's all these things that maybe we don't normally have to do within our routine. And so it's a lot of times the first thing that we kind of skip is our exercise. We will tend to say, well, I won't go exercise today because I've got this to do, or extra baking that you have to do, or whatever it may be, extra work, anything that may be going on. Often we first throw out the exercise. I want to try to encourage you not to do that, to try to remember that your exercise is just as important as any of the other errands or tasks that you may need to do, as well as, actually, it's probably more important than many of them, because it means helping you to stay well. Exercise helps your immune system. It helps keep your immune system healthy to be able to fight off germs. It helps you to sleep better, which then in turn helps your immune system. So exercise, not only just with thinking about wanting to maintain a weight or something, exercise is very important as well, just with helping your immune system and wanting to stay overall healthy. Also, the other thing that tends to want to sabotage a lot of times our health at the holidays is the food. And I'll tell you, that's kind of already started. You see all, especially at Starbucks, or if you like coffee, the commercials have already started on TV, thinking about Thanksgiving, even thinking on into Christmas, about all the holiday meals and all of the holiday goodies that tend to kind of follow us around at the holidays. So it's important to have fun and remember everything in moderation. A lot of times over the holidays, if you have been concentrating on trying to lose weight or get healthier, a lot of times during the holidays it's a good idea just to maintain and try not to gain over the holidays, so that you can actually enjoy some of your favorite foods or have some special things. But you remember, it can be a give and take, and that's the way that it should be. It should be a balance. So even over the holidays, when you want to have something extra special, then you should allow yourself to do that. But then you should just remember that the rest of the day, or at other times, then you need to just be more conscious of exactly what you're eating. The worst thing is for us to not have a plan. So if you don't already have a plan about how I am going to go about this holiday season, how am I going to survive saying no to all the delicious treats that are offered my way, always remember it is okay to say no, especially in a work setting when someone brings something from home that they bake and want to share with everyone. A lot of times you feel the pressure to take a bite or to take one because you feel bad. There's nothing wrong with taking one and taking a bite and explaining to them that you're trying to stay healthy and that you're just forgoing desserts or sweets or whatever it might be. If they're your friend, they should not be offended at all. And there is nothing wrong, like I said, with just taking one and tasting it, or saying no altogether is fine too. You have to do what is best for your health, and hopefully everyone around you wants you to succeed and be healthy as well. As always, if you have any questions for us, you can find us on the web at waltonwellness.org. There's many resources there available, some good information as well, and all of the contact information is there, and you can get me that way. Thanks for watching.
Hi, this is Dr. Rebecca Anderson at Monroe Veterinary Clinic. I wanted to talk to you today about some common holiday hazards that our pets can encounter this time of year. With Thanksgiving coming up, the first thing that comes to mind is the turkey carcass. A lot of dogs and cats too can be really interested in getting a bite of the turkey for themselves, but with all the bones present, it can be a big danger for them. Do not ever give your pet bones on purpose. Poultry bones especially are prone to splintering and can cause some pretty severe damage as they pass through the intestinal tract. Also, all the extra food and the grease from the turkey itself can cause problems like pancreatitis or vomiting and diarrhea that can even require hospitalization. So just be very careful that the carcass is kept where the pets can't reach it, or that someone is keeping an eye on them so that they don't have access. Another big hazard we see this time of year is unleavened bread dough. If you leave yeast dough out on the counter to rise, it can be very dangerous for dogs if they eat it. The dough will start to rise in their stomach, which causes two problems. First of all, a lot of gas develops, which causes the stomach to bloat and expand. Second of all, ethanol or alcohol is produced as a byproduct, and this is toxic to our pets. This is mainly a problem with dogs, but here again, please keep everything in a secure place, or keep the pets locked up or otherwise away from the kitchen where they don't have access. As we move into Christmas time, more common problems we see are, first of all, chocolate. We all know a lot of our canine friends like chocolate just as much as we do, but unfortunately it doesn't like them very much. The most early signs you would see are vomiting and diarrhea, but if they eat a large enough amount, you can start to see a high heart rate, muscle tremors, or even seizure activity. The darker the chocolate, the more dangerous it is. So baking chocolate in particular would be the most dangerous form. Keep everything, once again, in a secure location where the pets aren't going to be able to get to it. Christmas decorations can also pose a threat to both dogs and cats. Tinsel, hooks from ornaments, shards from glass ornaments, these are all things that we see problems with, as well as the needle and thread used when stringing popcorn for the Christmas tree. A lot of pets are attracted to the smell of the popcorn, but if they ingest the needle and thread as well, we often have to go in surgically to retrieve that material, as the thread in particular can pose a big threat. It can cause a particular type of blockage in the intestines, which can then lead to a rupture or perforation of the intestines. This is a life-threatening problem, so you want to always keep that type of material away from pets. Tinsel will cause the same type of issue, being a long or thread-like material. Cats can become very fascinated with the sparkling balls, other shiny ornaments on the tree, wanting to bat at them or play with them. But then if those ornaments fall to the floor and shatter, the pets can either cut themselves or will sometimes try to ingest the broken material. So just be mindful of what sort of ornaments are within your pet's reach on the tree, and make sure that they're moved to a higher spot if the pet seems to want to play with them. So these are the most common problems that we encounter this time of year. If anything like this happens with one of your pets, please call us right away to determine whether or not medical attention is needed. And of course, if you have questions at any time, we're always happy to help. The number here is 770-267-3690. We're wishing you all a healthy and happy holiday season. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Kenny Sargent, supervisor here at the Walton County Recycling Center and Keep Walton Beautiful, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Got a lot going on around here right now, and first of all, I'd like to recognize people. Our Rivers Alive event we had back on October the 6th, I think, was a success once again. We had over 300 volunteers, and we picked up about 480 pounds of garbage out of the waterways around Walton County. We still have a couple of groups to go out, so that's not a final number on the weight. We're waiting to get the reviews back in from them and all of their statistics in. And but I did want to thank our sponsors, Walton EMC, BB&T, Advanced Disposal, and the Monroe Rotary Club for their donations to make the event possible. We couldn't do it without them, and we really are appreciative of the donations. Some of the items that we did get of interest was we had 175 plastic grocery bags. And I did want to remind everybody that we are taking those here now for the ladies that are making the quilts or mats for the homeless here in our county. We're taking those bags and giving them to those ladies, and so far they're taking all that we can get them. So we are somewhere else you can get rid of those bags now. Some of the other things that were of note was we had 604 picnic or food related items, 239 glass beverage bottles and 204 plastic beverage bottles, and these are all things that are in or around waterways in our county, and we want to make sure we keep them out of there. But once again, I did want to thank all of our sponsors, and it went wonderfully again. I think all of the volunteers had a good time and enjoyed what they were doing, and we can certainly use all of the beautification we can get here in our county and keeping the roadways, the waterways, and all of that litter free. The other thing we have going on is America Recycles Day is coming up November 16th. That will be on a Saturday. We're going to have an event here at the center, and our main focus is going to be on a paint collection that we're having. We're going to take up to 10 gallons from the customers per customer at $1 a gallon for latex paint and $2 a gallon for oil-based paint. And that was made possible by some donations from Advanced Disposal and Pratt Recycling to help us offset some of the cost of that. That's a really good deal on that paint. That's about at a third of the cost is going to be the special pricing. We can take more than 10 gallons of paint, but if you bring in more than 10 gallons of paint, we will have to get regular price for those items, and it's normally $4 a gallon for latex paint and $5 a gallon for oil-based. Again, that's only if you bring more than 10 gallons, so the 11th gallon would be at regular price. We're looking forward to the event. It's the first year we've done it. It's from 8 in the morning to 12. And we're really hoping it's a success, and we're going to be kind of filling things out and playing it by ear a little bit, because like I said, this is our first time doing it, but we're excited. A lot of the people that use the facility are always asking, how can I get rid of paint and what can I do? And it's one of those things that's fairly expensive to get rid of. So we're very thankful to our sponsors for their donations, and so come on out and see us. We're hoping this thing goes well, and if it does, we'll continue to do more of this in the future. So we're really excited about that, and that's one of the things we've been working pretty hard on, is getting everything in place. There's a lot that goes into planning one of these events and getting everything in order, and so that's a big kudos to everybody here that's putting in the time to do that, and it's been great, and everything's going well so far. Other things at the recycling center is we're really pushing out all of our products here as quickly as we can get them in and get them baled. Typically speaking, the prices of these things normally go down for whatever reason. We've never been able to really figure it out in the winter months. So in the spring, summer, and fall, we really try to get all of our recyclables out and sold, and we do a lot of hoarding of the recyclables in the winter months until the prices come back up again. Maybe that won't happen, and we can continue to sell like we are right now. We'll just have to see. But that's basically what's going on. Again, just remember to come out and see us for America Recycles Day. We will be open for recycling that day. The scales will be closed for junk disposal. There'll be no junk disposal that day. So I did want to get that word out there. It's going to be all about recycling on America Recycles Day, because that's what America Recycles Day is all about. So come on out and see us. We look forward to seeing you, and thank you for your time.
Hey, I'm Isaac with Reboot Computer Company. I'm going to give you the Reboot Tech Tip today. Today we're going to talk about a couple things, really. One thing we want to talk about is the Windows operating system, and we want to talk about Windows XP and the new Windows 8.1 also. The reason we want to talk about Windows XP is because it's about to go out of service. In April of 2014, Windows XP will no longer be in service, and what that means to you and me is that you can still use your computer that has Windows XP on it, but you will not receive any more updates for it, like from Microsoft or from the major software vendors, like Adobe or Java, some of the stuff that your computer needs to work correctly. So, sooner or later that Windows XP machine, you're not actually going to be able to use it anymore, like for the internet. Now, you'll still be able to type papers on it, you'll still be able to print and stuff like that. You just won't be able to do anything new. Like you won't be able to buy any new software for it. Like if you want Microsoft Office on your Windows XP computer, you won't be able to buy that anymore. So April of 2014, if you haven't already got another computer, you might want to start thinking about getting another one before then. And even after April, you can still probably use it for another couple months. And it'll be okay. The other thing too, with XP going out, is there won't be any more security updates for it either. So there can be some security holes, which will create holes for viruses and stuff like that also. So just wanted to give you a little info about that. The other thing I wanted to talk about real quick was Windows 8.1. We all know Windows 8 came out, I believe it was October of last year, and I've heard mostly bad reviews about it. I particularly don't care about it, but anyway, Windows 8.1 came out this month, and if you already have Windows 8, you can actually go to Microsoft's website and get the free upgrade. It is free. Now, what this 8.1 does for us, well, it actually does quite a few things, but the coolest thing about it, though, is it actually gives us the start button back down there at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, so you can click that. Now, it doesn't actually give you the menu like the old start button was. What it does is it takes you to that tile menu that comes up when you first turn the computer on, but all your programs and stuff should be listed right there anyway. There's also another program, and I can't remember what it's called, but there's a company out there, I believe it's OTA, O-T-A maybe, that makes a program to give you your actual start button back. And it's only a couple bucks online. I believe you can go download it online. And it'll give you the old school start button, and it actually has the list of programs and all the stuff there, which is really cool. But anyway, again, Windows 8.1. Another thing it's going to do for you is when the computer comes on, it'll give you the option to boot directly to the desktop. So when it comes up, it'll look like the old school Windows again, and you'll have all your stuff there on the desktop. It's also going to get rid of some glitches that Windows 8 had. I know there are some major networking glitches with it, and we're hoping that that's going to take care of that. There's some other little things too, that it adds features to the tile menu, the menu that it is when it first comes on. And that's pretty much it. And if you want to do some more research on it, you can actually go to Microsoft's website, and it gives you a list of all the stuff that 8.1 is going to do for you. So after all the complaints to Microsoft about Windows 8, at least they've kind of come back around some and said, hey, let's see if we can fix this. So that's a good thing. I'm actually hoping that Windows 9, and I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm hoping that Windows 9 is going to kind of get us back to the way that things were. It was just a little easier. It was more efficient. And I just like it. But anyway, I'm Isaac Rhodes with Reboot Computer Company, giving you the Reboot Tech Tip.
Hello, Walton County. This is Jody Johnson here with the Recreation Report, and want to let you know that our Community Bowl went well this year. Our 12th annual Community Bowl we had over at West Walton a couple weeks ago, and we had one team from West Walton win in the 11 and 12-year-olds, and then the other three divisions were won by teams from the city of Monroe. So congratulations to all four of those teams in all four divisions, and also the cheerleading groups that won the Community Bowl championships. Our fall season, being our baseball, softball, football, and soccer seasons, all are ending. All have concluded except for our soccer season. There's a few games left that are still going on. Our basketball season, with a little over 950 participants this year, which is up a few from last year. Still a lot of kids that play basketball in our youth program. They have started their practices. Uniforms and schedules are being made, so their season will get underway November 23rd, which will bring us every weekend through the month of February. We'll play our games. We'll take a few breaks for Thanksgiving and Christmas and things like that, but for the most part, they'll play Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and every Saturday. up until the end of February. And then we'll have our big countywide championship, which is always a big deal for most of the teams to get involved in. We also are hosting a all-star tournament through Georgia Recreation and Parks Association. We're hosting a Class C, B, and A classes from basically all of Middle Georgia. Will be coming to Felker Park here in Monroe on November 23rd to participate in the district championships. All of our teams, which we are classified as a Class A agency through GRPA, because we have a population of 15,000 or greater youth population, we're classified as a Class A agency, which is the largest division in the Georgia Recreation Parks divisions. So all of our teams will be advancing to state. We'll have to play each other. We have a few teams in our all-star program, teams from Loganville, some teams from Monroe and Social Circle combined. But the winner of those teams will be advancing to the state championships the first week in December, even though they'll play throughout the district tournament and play teams like Baldwin County, Putnam County, Jones County, play organizations like that to see who the overall district winner is. Our teams will be advancing to state and play other agencies like Columbia County or Augusta, teams of that size. Bartow County and Cartersville, McDuffie. Those are normally the teams that do advance to state and will be participating against. So good luck to those all-star teams that are preparing now to represent Walton County, and we hope that they'll have great success in the state tournaments coming up. I think it's around November 5th, November 6th, somewhere there. They'll play 2 weekends in a row for the state title. We have yet to win a state championship, even though we've won second twice with a couple of age groups. So good luck to those teams and bring us back a state championship for Walton County. Other than that, our programs that are going on inside, nothing has really changed much with the exercise programs. We still have our facilities that are in immaculate shape. It's a great place to come and do your exercises. Now that the weather is kind of unpredictable with the wind blowing so hard and the leaves flying, it's a great time to come into our community centers and exercise. So we welcome you to go to our website at waltoncountyga.gov. Check out the classes. There's also some pictures of the community center in there to let you know what we have to offer. It's a great place to walk indoors. And it's a great time to walk and watch a little basketball. So until next time, check out our website, and we'll give you an update on those all-star teams and how our basketball program's doing. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for tuning in today. We're going to show you some of the dogs and cats that are here at Walton County Animal Control for adoption. I've got some low-cost vaccine clinics coming up we want to tell you about. This is going to be at Tractor Supply in Monroe on Saturday, November 16th from noon to 2, and Saturday, November 30th from noon to 2. You can go by Tractor Supply in Monroe. They've got discounted rabies shots and other services as well. So no reason not to get your pet current. Don't let that lapse this year. We've got a lot of animals still coming in. Fall, we kind of slow down, but this last week we've had a lot of dogs coming in and still getting kittens and puppies in as well. So maybe you're looking to add a new pet to the family. You can come down to the shelter Monday through Friday from 2 to 4:45, or you can window shop online at waltonpets.net. We've also got a Facebook page if you want to follow that. There's a link from the waltonpets.net website. And now we'll show you some of the animals that are currently here.
Today we have two, they're probably about 4 months old, both males, not neutered, but they are very sweet. They are litter trained, and they did come from the same litter. They're both brothers. They need adopted quick.
We have a very energetic pit mix. It's a male. He's about 8 months old. His name is Hercules, and as you can see, he wants to play.
This is Rusty. He's a pug beagle mix. He's about 6 years old. He's already neutered, and he could really use a good home.
We have us a boxer female right here, fawn and white, and she's a great pet. She minds real good. Looking for a good home. We have us another boxer, this time male, white, another good, nice, friendly pet.
This is a male mix. He's about a year old. He's very sweet and friendly. Seems to get along with everybody. He's not neutered, so he'll have to be neutered, but He needs a home fast.
This is a Shih Tzu male, about 6 years old, not neutered. Seems really sweet, needs to get a good home.
Air in your home is healthy for your family to breathe. Test your home for the presence of radon. Go to epa.gov/radon. Make it green, green.